It's just pretty crazy. A lot of packages, and a lot of cards going out. A lot of my people on my route, they're really like caring.
Hi, how are you?
They'd come up to me right away and say, I'm so sorry for your loss, and then once I tell them it's COVID, they're just so surprised. I'm Danielle Ortiz, and we are at Ortiz Custom Cycles. I've grown up in this place. It's comforting. It's pretty much home. My dad was a legend, and my dad really meant a lot to a lot of people, and it means a lot to know that people really cared about him.
It's kind of hard to be here. I haven't been here since the day he passed. He was my go-to man, and I was his go-to mom.
This place means a lot to me because my uncle worked very hard, and to have this big of a place and it be so well known, it definitely means a lot to our family.
It's just been the most surreal experience I've ever gone through as far as losing someone, because I never thought about him going until he was an old man.
Larry meant the world to me. He was my father figure, mentor, best friend. My name's Christopher Gonzalez. I've been the GM and the lead mechanic for about 9 years. Larry wasn't feeling good. He kind of got sick a little bit, and we thought he had a cold.
And I think he went a few days thinking it was just a head cold, and then he got really sick.
He said he was having a hard time breathing, so I told him, I was like, well, if you're having such a hard time breathing, you need to call the ambulance.
He went to the hospital, got checked out, and they said he had COVID.
And he was in the hospital for 35 days, fighting for his life.
The bad days started outweighing the good days, and before you know it, we were in a situation we couldn't come back from.
When we went to the hospital, there was nothing left. It was they were just pushing air through him.
The virus completely took over his lungs.
The last week was the hardest week for me because I knew there was no chance of him surviving. So when we went down there, I was with him, and I felt that I had brought him into this world, and I wanted to see him take his last breath, and we were there with him, and it was really one of the hardest things I had ever done, to see my son go like that.
There's no words to really describe what he meant to me.
For being a 49-year-old man, he really did build a lot for himself.
He started from nothing. He didn't have a ton of money.
There's so many things that he did that were big, that are awesome and to be proud of.
He would always tell me jokingly, he was very humble, but he'd say, I'm kind of a big deal, Chris. Even when we would go out of town, on Sturgis or Florida, Texas, wherever we were, people would come up to him and say, are you Larry Ortiz? You build bikes, and he would always take time to shake somebody's hand.
He was such a big guy, and he was a strong guy, and he took care of himself, and to see him go the way he did, it's been pretty hard.
There's no way of comforting me, and nothing just takes over that feeling of my dad being there,
All we have left is his memories and everything he did for his family.
I loved him. My son went with him camping all the time, and they were very close.
I just miss him so much.
He was always around my dad, and he loved my dad. And I know it's tough for him.
We're all just broken and trying to hold each other up.
I mean, I can't believe that a virus like this can come and take such a healthy man like my son and just turn him into nothing,
The holidays, when those days come about, it's just a little harder.
And I think every year around this time it's going to be hard.
You kind of have to force that smile on your face and do it for the kids.
This Christmas is just another day, another time. We play the role, you put the tree up, and you decorate the yard, but your heart ain't in it. You do it because you do it.
It's just hard to be happy on those days.
Just stay strong, it's hard. Just wish he was here.
If my dad's looking down on this, if he's in the shop, which I'm sure he is, his blood runs through these walls. You know, I just want you to know, Dad, we're going to do the best we can and do what we would feel you'd want us to do. And we love you and we think about you every day.